wanted to take a second to thank today's sponsor, which is BetterHelp. Growing up, I've always had anxiety, which sucked, which is why I'm pro professional help. It just feels really great to get stuff off your mind, dude. BetterHelp has licensed professional counselors who specialize in many matters, such as depression, anxiety, relationships, trauma, LGBTQ+ matters, and a lot more. Everything is done online and it is confidential, and that'll be through phone calls, video calls, or even through messaging if you prefer that and you have some anxiety, like I do. I want you to start living a happier life today. So as a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/outspoken. Join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that is BetterHelp, HELP.com/outspoken. Thank you.
Angie's List is now Angie. Summer is the perfect time to book your next home project. From lawn care to a new patio, Angie makes it simple to connect with pros who can get the job done right. See reviews, upfront pricing, and instantly book hundreds of projects. Plus, when you book and pay through Angie, we'll cover your project up to the full purchase price, plus limited damage protection with our Happiness Guarantee. Check out Angie.com, and for more on the Happiness Guarantee, go to Angie.com/happiness-guarantee.htm.
Alright, hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to episode 22. I'm very tired today. I am so tired. Today, let me tell you what we got today on the plate for you, on the platter for you if we must. There was this really, I don't know if any of you know who Tucker Carlson, that's like a tongue twister to say. Tucker Carlson, that's such a weird name to say. I never said it out loud, so now that I say it, it doesn't flow out of the mouth. Anyways, really dumb clip of this man talking about masks on Twitter. It is so funny, so you have to hear that one, because I haven't talked about anti-maskers in a little bit. And then there's also this guy on TikTok that steals content. He steals other people's content like verbatim. Like, let's say you made a TikTok talking about, I don't know, how your jeans don't fit you. Frame by frame, he would copy the same exact video that you did, which I found so weird. And then he got called out for it, and then he got mad about it. So I want to talk about that because it's really, really funny. And at the end, we have 3 LGBT stories because people were saying, why don't you read more LGBT stories? So I'm adding an extra 1 for all of you out there. Just an extra one. We have to talk about Tucker Carlson. I can't say that name. Try to say it out loud. All right, let's try to say Tucker Carlson 3 times fast. Ready? You got to do it. You got to do it with me. If you're in public, it's fine. You don't have to do it with me. Tucker Carlson. It doesn't flow out right. I think the cur and Carl, they sound like cur. It sounds the same. Anyways, that has nothing to do with absolutely anything. So let's take a look at this clip right here. I'll play you his voice, his beautiful voice. I didn't think this guy sounded like this, by the way. I thought he would have a much different voice than this. So this tweet says, Tucker Carlson is now telling his audience to harass people who wear face masks outside. If they see children wearing masks, Tucker says the response should be no different than when you see a kid being abused. Call the police immediately. Contact Child Protective Services. And I cannot believe that this is not satire, dude. Listen to this shit. Listen to this.
We did give in. This grotesque version of Halloween went on for more than a year, and it's still going on. Not even Tony Fauci still pretends that masks are medically necessary. Instead, masks are purely a sign of political obedience, like Kim Il-sung pins in Pyongyang. We wear them because we have to. The only people who wear masks voluntarily outside are zealots and neurotics.
Or we wear masks because, like, there's an illness spreading around and then it prevents it. You know, that would make a lot more sense. And then it keeps that, like, little stuff behind your mouth. Do you want me to show you a trick? I could put a mask on right now and blow into the mic like that. You wouldn't feel none of that. No, I don't feel like getting a mask. How about what if I just pretend to use my shirt? See, even if I use my shirt, see? And a mask is even better.
How neurotic are they? Well, we know. A Pew survey from last March found that 64% of white Americans who classify themselves as liberal or very liberal have been diagnosed with an actual mental health condition.
Wait, what? I have to listen to this again, I'm sorry. Okay, so people, 64% of people who are liberals are mentally ill? What is it? Could I see the survey, please? I mean, what's bad about mental health anyways? What's bad about mental disabilities? Is that a bad thing?
And you see them everywhere when you walk down the street in any major city. If you dare to go on foot from Union Station to the Capitol, for example, in Washington without wearing a mask, angry Biden voters will snort at you in judgment. How could you? They're saying from behind the gauze. How could you? That's the question we should be asking of them in return.
Angry Biden voters snort at you. Really? They snort at you? I don't know. What are they, pigs? I think that anybody with morals, it doesn't matter who they voted for. Anybody with morals is going to make a comment about how you're not wearing a mask. Like, when we're going through this whole thing, it just looked very disrespectful. So, this dude is just a fucking meme.
The rest of us should be snorting at them first. They're the aggressors. It's our job to brush them back and restore the society we were born in.
What the fuck does that even mean, honestly? Restore the society that we were born in. We weren't ready. We weren't ready for a pandemic. The society that we were born in, like freedom. Is this what it all comes down to? Is it the whole freedom thing again? I'm sorry, but a piece of a, well, how big is a mask? Like 4 by 5 inches? That is taking away your freedom. This not wearing a mask is what you consider freedom. That's a very, very low standard of freedom.
So the next time you see someone in a mask on the sidewalk or on the bike path, do not hesitate. Ask politely but firmly, would you please take off your mask? Science shows there is no reason for you to be wearing it. Your mask is making me uncomfortable.
Dude, I cannot believe that this is real. This is real. People watch this. People watch this and they're like, yeah, bro, like, yo, yeah, that makes fucking sense. Next time I see somebody wearing a mask, I'm going to spew all this irrelevant, incorrect bullshit. What? Imagine if somebody actually came up to you and said, your mask is making me uncomfortable. And you're just trying to walk your dog. I almost said your stupid dog. So your dog isn't stupid. I don't know why that just came out of my mouth. I'm sorry, dogs. All right, I'm sorry. But imagine you go out, you're going out for a jog. You got your dog, you got a mask on, and you're in like a busy trail. You're going to wear your mask because you want to be safe, you know? And then someone's like, your mask is making me uncomfortable. What? I don't understand. I'm just walking my dog. I'm just walking right by you. You don't even, we're just going to cross paths for like, it's going to take 1 second to cross paths. But now you're uncomfortable because I'm wearing a mask to protect myself and other people. Oh, okay. Oh my God, dude. I've actually never listened to a clip of Tucker Carlson. I've only seen like maybe 1 or 2. I haven't, and they weren't like as awful as this. This is bad. By the way, that sounds kind of snowflakey to me. Why is he so upset that other people are trying to just live their life? Oh, they say the same thing about all the LGBT community too. They say the same thing. They're uncomfortable. Are your feelings hurt? You're uncomfortable? All that sucks. It is a free country. So I can wear a mask. You don't have to wear a mask. But I can. Like, you talk about freedom. Why can't these free people wear their masks if they want to? Huh? Fucker Carlson? Fuck. Tucker Carlson.
We should do that, and we should keep doing it until wearing a mask outside is roughly as socially accepted as lighting a Marlboro in an elevator. It's repulsive. Don't do it around other people. That's the message we should send because it's true.
Yeah, absolutely not. Lighting a cigarette in an elevator in a closed space with other human beings is not as rude as wearing a mask in a closed space with other human beings. This dude is so stupid. You know what I always thought about? You know how people used to be able to smoke indoors back in the, when was it, like back in the 50s? Or the 40s or something, and people, like, you could smoke anywhere. It was just kind of like a thing. Everyone smoked everywhere. That's why they have those little in the old cars, you know, they have the smoking things in each door because everyone used to smoke. I wonder, like, when smoking was banned in buildings, how offended people got over it. They probably got so offended over it. Did I talk about this before? I have the worst memory. But I definitely feel like when society progresses from something, people get so upset about it. And I was just thinking about the cigarettes. I know they hated that. That made people so mad back in the day when they couldn't do it anymore. That shit was probably hilarious too. What do you mean I can't smoke in here with other people around who don't want to smell it? That sucks. That's their issue. Sorry to break it to you, man, but some people just don't want to smell that shit in. You can take 10 steps and go outside and then take your 10 minutes. So you get a break from everybody too. It's a good idea.
As for forcing children to wear masks outside, that should be illegal. Your response when you see children wearing masks as they play should be no different from your response to seeing someone beat a kid in Walmart. Call the police immediately. Contact Child Protective Services. Keep calling until someone arrives.
No, dude. What? Actually, hold on there for a second. I wanted to take a second to thank today's sponsor, which is BetterHelp. That's better, H-E-L-P. Growing up, I've always had anxiety, which sucked, but I ended up seeing therapists for it, which is why I'm pro professional help. It just feels really great to get stuff off your mind, dude. BetterHelp has licensed professional counselors who specialize in many matters, such as depression, anxiety, relationships, trauma, LGBTQ plus matters, and a lot more. Everything is done online and it is confidential, and that'll be through phone calls, video calls, or even through messaging if you prefer that and you have some anxiety, like I do. Messaging is great. It's super simple. And something else that's really cool is their service is actually available worldwide. BetterHelp is more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and there is actually financial aid available. I want you to start living a happier life today. So as a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/outspoken. Join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that is BetterHelp, HELP.com/outspoken. Thank you.
Angie's List is now Angie. Summer is the perfect time to book your next home project. From lawn care to a new patio, Angie makes it simple to connect with pros who can get the job done right. See reviews, upfront pricing, and instantly book hundreds of projects. Plus, when you book and pay through Angie, we'll cover your project up to the full purchase price, plus limited damage protection with our happiness guarantee. Check out Angie.com, and for more on the happiness guarantee, go to Angie.com/happiness-guarantee.htm.
Okay, I can't do it. He compared a child wearing a mask to physical abuse on a child. What people, I cannot believe people watch this and actually think that it's intelligent. That blows my mind. This is, oh my God, I specifically only watched half of this video because I wanted to have a raw reaction for the podcast. Imagine they call up 911. Yeah, we're in Target here and this mother has her child wearing a mask. The police would be like, oh, all right, okay, and then what? Oh, the child's they're wearing a mask. I think it's child abuse. They're taking away their child's freedoms. And the police would be like, is the child harmed? Is it hurt? Is the mom pushing it around and flinging it around? No, but it's wearing a mask. The child's wearing a mask. Don't you think that's outrageous? What? Like, what? How would that... Police have better things to do than go tell a mom to tell her kid to take the mask off? What would they do when they get there? Like, shred the mask into pieces? Wow. And to some of you out there, if your parents watch this, I'm so sorry because I know that some of you relate. Some of the emails I get from all you guys is like, I feel so bad. I don't know how any coherent human being listens to this and thinks that this is great. This is a smart man. Oh my God, dude.
What you're looking at is abuse. It's child abuse, and you are morally obligated to attempt to prevent it. If it's your own children being abused, then act accordingly. Let's say your kid's school emailed you to announce that every day after lunch, your sixth grader was going to get punched in the face by a teacher. How would you respond to that?
I just cried and laughed. What? I gotta play this again. Just for your sake as well.
Let's say your kid's school emailed you to announce that every day after lunch, your 6th grader was going to get punched in the face by a teacher.
Every single day after lunch, your kid is going to get punched in the face by a teacher. This man has to be doing this for money. I don't know a lot about Tucker Carlson, but that is packed. That is loaded. That is a lot.
That's precisely how you should respond when they tell you that your kids have to wear masks on the soccer field. That is unacceptable, it is dangerous, and we should act like it, because it is. But too few of us have responded like that.
There's a global pandemic going on, and a disease spreading around through the air and through the eyes and the nose and the spit. That's why the mask has to be worn. Are you dumb? Have you not learned anything from the past year and March, April, May. Year and 2 months? Have we not learned anything? I don't think so. Because you, my friend, are from FN. From Fox News, the best. This is also like when these types of people say that letting a kid express their gender is child abuse. Like, dude, did you forget the meaning of abuse? Because letting a child express themselves the way that they want and pick out the clothes that they want to wear and cut their hair how they want to wear because they're a human being too, just because they're 5 years old doesn't mean that they're stupid and don't know anything. If they like short hair, cool. If they like long hair, cool. If they want to wear pink, that's cool. If they want to wear black, that's cool. Like, a child can also have their own sense of style and identity as well. Like, they're the same type of people who would be like, you're not forcing your little boy to play with trucks and he likes Barbies. That's child abuse. You are abusing your child, and your child should be taken away immediately. This is how these people think. And it's real, and it's sad, and it's scary actually to think about that. But I can't even, it's a mask, bro. Anyways, I wanted to move on to this. So there's this TikToker who steals, this is what I was talking about earlier. There's a TikToker who steals content verbatim. And so let's say I made a skit on my TikTok. And it was like, let's just say I made a skit, okay? This guy copies everything frame for frame. And it's usually over like an audio with like music. I don't know if any of you have ever watched TikTok, but like there'll be an audio and it's a conversation and then people just lip sync it. All right, whatever, yeah. So this kid, his content got copied by this guy that I'm talking about. So this is what he had to say about it.
So last month I posted a video calling out Newmain for building his account almost completely from stolen videos, including one of mine. And not long after I posted it, Newmain messaged me on Instagram trying to get me to delete it. And it was clear that he was trying to scare me into doing it. He had this tone of like, if you delete the video, I'll forget this ever happened. But if you don't, you'll have more enemies. I'm not kidding, that's exactly what he says.
You can kindly take it down and we can just, be cool and move on from all this shit. Or you can just leave it up and have a lot of enemies from here on out.
I actually did private the video for about a day, but not because I was scared. I just didn't want to become the drama TikToker, There's already so much fighting and arguing on this app every day. I didn't want to add fuel to the fire. But then I realized me posting that video wasn't me starting drama. I was just standing up for myself. So I unprivated the video, and not long after, Newmain sent me another message saying that he's gonna sue me for false accusation. I think he's lying. Like, what is a judge gonna do about a TikTok? It just really feels like he's been trying to bully me into staying silent, and that's not gonna happen. The video sting.
Yeah, so that's just a little gist of what this guy does. And then like the way that he threatened this kid, like, you're gonna have a lot of enemies. Like, what do you even mean, dude? You're a fucking social media person. Like, what are you gonna do? I'll call up like the president and be like, yo, this kid is mad because I stole his content, so yeah, you better put him on blast. Like, what are you gonna do, dude? So this is from the guy who steals content. I don't know his name. What is his name? His name is Newman. Oh, Kane. I don't know. It's whatever. I'm gonna call him Kane. All right. And he did a live stream talking about this whole situation. I think this was like a month back or a month or two back. And this is what he had to say about people calling him out, because a lot of people actually called him out and they were mad about it and all that great stuff. So
it's not who made it first, it's who does it better. Who gives a fuck about some little copy content? Like, I'm an actor. I'm not a writer. I'm not a fucking storyteller. You give me a script, I will fucking nail that shit. But I'm not gonna think of it, no. But I'm gonna make yours better. Or make yours, you know what I mean, good. Like, your shit is probably not as good, and that's why it's not performing well. Let me go on live, let's see how much shit I can get in the comments for copying content. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, so that's what he had to say about it. And I sat here, I was like, what a cocky way to respond. Like, I understand it's inevitable to have similar content. And I found this out with doing commentary. A lot of commentary YouTubers do cover a lot of the same subjects, which, I mean, it's also great because they all have a different perspective on it, right? So, like, I've done videos that other people have done and vice versa. Or, like, if there's a big trending hot topic, a lot of the commentary YouTubers will commentate on it, right? Which is inevitable, but everyone has their own different version of a reaction to that or a whole huge video about it. But on TikTok it's different because this guy will actually take someone's video and actually copy it, and that's the thing people are mad about. And then he has a lot of followers, so it performs better. So someone with 100K might have had this awesome, brilliant skit, and then he takes it and does it and then creates it into his own thing, doesn't give people credit or whatever. So people were harassing him about, dude, give credit to people. If you're going to copy their exact content because you're so uncreative that you can't come up with any yourself, how about you credit that person for the one that you literally made frame for frame? So that's why he was mad about that. And the funny thing about it is, I thought was super hilarious is he was he was like, I'm an actor, so yeah, I'm going to take that script and I'm going to kill it. Like, what acting are you doing, man? If any of you have ever seen this dude's content, it is just lip syncing, like, in audio. It's not acting, my friend. That's not, lip syncing in audio isn't acting. Reading a real script and having real emotion and putting yourself into that character and then saying the words yourself with your own emotion is acting. Lip syncing a TikTok and then copying someone's content and making a 15-second clip isn't acting. I don't know who. I hope that somebody has broken that to you, because it would suck if I was the first one to break that to you. I mean, even though he's not listening to my podcast, but it's just such a weird thing, dude, because when people get called out, you can tell the difference between people when they get called out for something, right? Like, I've been called out for stuff in the past or whatever. I'll look at whatever I've gotten called out for. I'm trying to think of an example, but I can't. I get just different trans views, I guess, that I had in the past get called out for it, right? And then when you look at that and you analyze it, people can normally notice where their mistakes were, and where it was like, hey, like, yeah, I should have given credit to that person for copying their entire skit. But he was so cocky about it, saying that he makes it like so much better or whatever. Like, how much better can you make it, dude? It's a lip synced audio. Then you copied the same outfits that they had. So how are you making it better? Just because you have like 3 million followers and that person has 50,000 followers? Doesn't make sense, man. Thought it was a really interesting thing.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Progressive helps you get a great rate on car insurance, even if it's not with them. They have this nifty comparison tool that puts rates side by side, so you choose a rate and coverages that work for you. So, let's say you're interested in lowering your rate on your car insurance. Visit Progressive.com to get a quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's rate, and then their tool will provide options from other companies, all lined up and easy to compare, so that all you have to do is choose the rate and coverages you like. Progressive gives you options so you can make the best choice for you. You could be looking forward to saving money in the very near future. More money for, say, a pair of noise-canceling headphones, an Instapot, more puzzles, whatever brings you joy. Get a quote today at Progressive.com. It's one small step you can do today that could make a big impact on your budget tomorrow. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
For Ogilvy and IKEA, this is a 60-second stereo radio spot titled Thank You Home, code number YIKA0983.
Home. You were a lot more than just a home this year. Thank you for letting me eat all those meals at my desk or take all those morning meetings from bed. Make the office chair my midday nap spot, our area rug my yoga mat, and our closets into storage for all our anxiety shopping. Yeah, you wore a lot of hats, while we mostly wore sweatpants, which now have their very own dresser drawer thanks to you. I know it wasn't always great. We accidentally killed a lot of plants, learned a lot of really bad dance moves, relearned a lot of 4th grade math, spent a whole month rearranging the office furniture every day, but you always gave us space to sleep it off. So thank you, home. At IKEA, we think home deserves more credit for staying organized even when life is messy, for keeping us energized, for boosting our calm. Home does a lot for you, which is why we want to do more for your home. Find new home office, bedroom, and organization solutions at IKEA.
This episode is brought to you by Shell. From the time you get up to the time you wrap up, there's a lot to do. So, at Shell, get 3 things done at once. Fill up with Shell gasoline, which is scientifically proven to help improve your mileage. Then, save on gas and snacks with fuel rewards and in-store rewards. Make the most out of your stop with Shell. Compared to minimum detergent gasoline, measured using industry standard and Shell proprietary tests. Helps to protect key fuel system components such as intake valves from the buildup of performance-robbing deposits. Actual effects and benefits may vary according to vehicle type, driving conditions, and driving style.
All right, and now I'm going to get into the last section of the podcast, which is our beautiful LGBTQ stories. So I've got 3 of them here. You have the best submissions, by the way. If you do want to submit anything for me to read at the end of my podcast, you can submit any of your stories to outspokensam@gmail.com. If you want to give me an LGBTQ story, coming out story, terrifying story, whatever you want to send me, you might read it on the podcast. I do LGBTQ stories. So here we go. I'll start with the first one. All right, so my mom is Hispanic, and not only is she that, but she's Christian too. So you can probably tell that my life is going the best it could possibly go as a young Hispanic girl who happens to like girls and mostly listens to artists like Nirvana, ooh, I just choked, Mother, MCR, etc. Anyways, another band I like is Queen, and I listen to their song Good Old Fashioned Lover Boy daily. One day I listened to it near my mom, not thinking she would freak the hell out about it, and she goes, I want to read the lyrics to that later. And my little Queen-loving heart dropped because I knew that the song was him singing about another man, so this was not going to be fun at all. We're in my room, I sit her down, and we watch the lyric video. After like 5 seconds of silence, I ask what she doesn't like about it. She goes, but he's talking about another man? And I go, yeah, I don't see the problem. She basically went on to say that we should watch things. Ooh, this is in Spanish. All my Spanish viewers are going to make fun of me. Okay, I'm going to give it my best shot, all right? And I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Fuck, I forget how to say this word. K-Q-U-E. Qua? Is it qua? I took French, so I'm going to butcher this. I'm going to read it like I'm a French person. No edifican. Yep, I ruined all of that for you. Which means things that build us up, but in a religious sense, like brings us closer to God. So she ended it with telling me that I shouldn't listen to the song anymore. The next day, I put the song on my speaker, full volume, which by the way was terrifying for me since I have tics and they get really bad with loud sounds. She had the worst look on her face, and it was the funniest thing, I swear. The whole rest of the day was awkward and quiet with her. She hardly talked. I feel like I can't do anything without being told off by her, so that just felt really good. Anyway, sorry this was long. Rebel against homophobic parents because it feels great. Yeah, that's a good one. That's super funny. I just couldn't help when I read this when I laughed out loud. It was super interesting because it's just like, I think that's so weird that your mom asked to like listen to the lyrics of the song. I mean, I guess if you play it daily, because when your kid is listening to a certain type of music, people express themselves through music, right? So your mom was probably like, what the hell is this about? Lover boy? What does that mean? Huh? What's going on? They're going on a date, huh? This next story is about a teacher. And this reminds me of teachers that I have come across, so it's very interesting. So when I was in middle school, most of my friends had come out as LGBTQ. In the span of a year, we managed to go from 8 cishet people to 6 LGBTQ people with 2 token straights. There was 4 of us in the same English class one year, and some shit went down. So our English teacher was just a bad person in general. She was a little white suburban soccer mom who was racist, ableist, and homophobic. She would say the N-word and F-slur in class all the time, and even when we reported her for it, the school never did anything. So needless to say, we all hated her. Side note, that's messed up. But I have come across teachers who are like this, so I'm not surprised. Like, this doesn't shock me at all that they would continue to let a teacher like this, like, teach. I've had teachers like this. Man, and it was awful. Anyways, continuing the story. One day we were in class and we were doing a project about stereotypes and things like that. She asked everyone to write down a stereotype / assumption that people had made about them that wasn't true. Then we all stacked them up and she started reading them to the class. My friends and I made what was probably not the best decision. We wrote down things that you hear when you come out as LGBTQ. Things like, quote unquote, it's just a phase, and quote unquote, you're too young to know, etc., etc. Well, when she got these, she choked up. She put down the papers and looked around the room and asked whose papers they were. My friends and I, being stupidly bold dumbasses that we are, said it was us. She started to call us slurs and said some really messed up things. She told us we needed to go to the office because we apparently hadn't done the assignment correctly and she would not tolerate it. So we all went to the office. When they asked what we were there for, we said that she was being extremely homophobic and transphobic, and we also brought up her past of saying racial slurs, etc. The principal told us that he would deal with it, which resulted in him talking to her, then allowing her to keep teaching the same way she had been. No punishments, she didn't lose her job, nothing. It's been years since I was in her class and she still works at that school. What's worse is a lot of the kids that are in school are openly LGBT, and the school likes to brag about being such a quote-unquote diverse school that embraces our differences and cares about the well-being of our students no matter who they are. I just can't believe nothing happened to her with the amount of times we reported her for stuff. That's the end of this story, and yeah, I think that's super, super messed up. There's been teachers in my schools who got away with stuff like this too. Like, there was this one teacher who, she did end up getting fired, I believe, but she claimed that she left the school. But she was not a good teacher. She made fun of a lot of the kids, including me, actually, once. She was a big bully. She wanted to be friends with the popular kids, and she would just say fucked up stuff. And then a couple other teachers that I know used to say slurs or bad stuff in general. And it's weird that this flies in some schools, but I'm gonna assume as we progress as a society that this won't happen, because it's not okay, and kids are all different, and teenagers are different, and teenagers are going through a lot of things, and some kids are going to realize that they're gay when they're 12, just like I did. I realized that I like girls when I was 8 years old. I don't even remember. That would have been great if I could be open about that when I was growing up, but whatever, oh well, that sucks. But yeah, dude, that sucks that they haven't done anything about her. But she'll say the wrong thing to the wrong person one day. Don't you worry. All right, so last story. I've actually been getting quite a decent amount of stories like this, which is super cool. This guy said, "Hey Sam, I'm a Christ-following straight white cis male, so this is gonna be good. I found your channel a few months back and have since watched pretty much every podcast and video of yours on YouTube. As a kid, I was raised to be homophobic and transphobic, but that all changed when I figured out my sister was a lesbian. We were at a youth group meeting one night, and the subject was something like, quote, it's okay to speak out about how wrong it is to be gay, end quote. A lot of the things they were saying just seemed like ways to justify hatred instead of actually speaking truth and acting as God intended. That was the tipping point. On our way home, I told my sister that even though I'd been homophobic in the past, that I was going to try and change since it didn't seem like the kind of thing Jesus would have done. Her response was, so I'm gay? ? And he was like, oh. And it all clicked. I re-met her secret, now ex-girlfriend, and we got a lot closer after that. Anyway, that was about 4 years ago, but I'm still learning how to be nice and respectful to anyone regardless of their beliefs or their identities. And then he said, I made you these art pieces as an apology from straight white cis men. I figured it's the least I could do. And these are the art pieces, by the way. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see them. They're super cool. I really like them. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that. I thought this email was super great because people come across my content and it's really great that it helps open other people's eyes, especially I get a lot of religious people in my emails. I don't think that many religious people follow me, but learning from watching YouTube or learning from another family member is always great, and opening your mind is great because this is what the world is, right? And there's gonna be gay people regardless. Like, even if you tell them like, oh, that's against my religion, or that's against my morals and stuff like that, the gay people are still gonna exist. So somebody you love might be gay. They haven't come out of the closet yet, right? So I think it's great that people's eyes can open and hearts can open and all that great stuff. There's too much hate in the world to spread it even more. If someone's gay, like, whatever, they're gay. Like, you're not the one who has to be gay, right? You're not the one who has to be trans. So let the trans can do their trans things, and the gay people can do their gay things. All right, so that wraps us up to the end of the podcast. I'm so tired, so I'm gonna go. I hope you all really enjoyed this episode. This is a fun one. Maybe I can find some more funny stuff on Tucker Carlson, because I really like that bit. I think we can have a lot of fun with him in the future and the stuff that he says, because it's just, a mask is child abuse. Oh man, I don't even know how to. I'm going to go laugh about that some more. So I'm going to let you all go. I hope you have a great day. Stay healthy, stay hydrated, stay safe, stay cool. I love you all so much, and I will see you next week with a new episode. Bye-bye.
Angie's List is now Angie. Summer is the perfect time to book your next home project. From lawn care to a new patio, Angie makes it simple to connect with pros who can get the job done right. See reviews, upfront pricing, and instantly book hundreds of projects. Plus, when you book and pay through Angie, we'll cover your project up to the full purchase price, plus limited damage protection with our Happiness Guarantee. Check out Angie.com, and for more on the Happiness Guarantee, go to Angie.com/happiness-guarantee.htm. Find everything okay?
Whenever you shop Meijer, you shop for your entire community. You help support food rescue programs and Simply Give. You help keep your neighbors well with vaccinations, free prescriptions, and mobile medicine. And you help support sports teams across the Midwest. Whenever you shop Meijer, you help people in your community to work, to play, to live, and to learn.
Thanks for shopping with us.
Learn more at Meijer.com.